Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lover. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in. We're over here in the sawmill building with our dump truck, and if you watched the previous video, hope you enjoyed that. We had Justin come and sandblast it. So now we've got to hurry up and get it cleaned up, get some primer on it before we get some surface rust. Supposed to have a chance of rain tomorrow, so won't be a whole lot of talking. We're just going to get to it. We blowed it off over there, and I brought it over here. Blowed it off again. I got another bucket of sand, fell out of it. There's sand everywhere. If we were doing an automotive finish, it'd be a whole lot different, but we're just basically gonna put primer on this and then turn around and put some gloss black on it. So I think we're about there. We gotta put some more plastic on the cab, go around, make sure nothing is uncovered that we don't want to get paint on before we spray it. So come right back and we'll get to it. Yeah, we wasn't gonna get that mix in no gallon jug. Okay guys, that was a mess. Don't expect to buy Tractor Supply paint because they don't have a shaker. If you bought it from a paint store, you could have them shake it. But the pigment come out in a big old, bigger than a, not an orange, cantaloupe, about the size of a cantaloupe. So busted it up with our paint stirrer, and that's the best we can do with that right now. I made the choice to use a 5-gallon bucket. I'm glad I did. Need a thing of tape, Matthew. For ease of pouring, I'm gonna try to put some of it back in this jug. See how big a mess I can make here. Don't have to put it all back in there. It'd definitely be easier to pour out of a gallon jug than a 5-gallon bucket. So we bought a new paint sprayer for this operation. The old one, exact same thing. It's just sprayed a lot of paint and probably not been cleaned up as good as it should have over the years. So we're gonna try a new one, a new paint gun to go along with it. Okay, let's see if I can get it to unlatch. There we go. And we broke it. Unlatched that one time too many. Yep, we'll be right back. Let's try it again. We got our primer mixed up. We got our strainer. We put a pint of reducer and stirred it in with a gallon. I also went with a little bit bigger nozzle on our gun. It come with 1.4 1.7 and 2mm. I went with the 1.7, a little bigger orifice to spray this primer. Like I say, we're not putting on a base coat, clear coat, no metal flake, nothing like that. Just paint and primer and paint. Keep it simple. But you definitely need to use good strainers, especially this old paint that didn't get shook up. I'm sure it's going to have some clumps in it. Second thought, I should have went to the paint store and bought it, but we got it at Tractor Supply. So life goes on. You can see how slow it is about going through this strainer. Now these little cups, it's a different system. It comes with these little plastic cups that set into that hard plastic cup. And the top actually has a screen built into it here. I've watched the video and seen people complained about that screen. Stop it up a little bit. We'll see. It's still running. It's thicker than I would have liked. If it don't spray, I may mix some. I've got a couple gallons of paint thinner we may mix with it to thin it out. Where's our green hose? Right there. Okay. Yep. Lord have mercy. Taking forever and a day. I've yet to do this and not make a terrible mess anywhere, so we won't be overly surprised if we make a mess. Yeah, we're teetering on the edge of being able to get this done. We're fortunate today it's in the mid 60s, maybe 70 degrees. Tomorrow they're calling for a chance of rain, so we're just trying to hurry up. Yeah, get my head. Okay. No. I'll walk out here, set my air pressure. Got a pretty good pattern to it already. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay, we're all safetied up. I got safety glasses, so I don't have to clean my working glasses and respirator. So let's try to put a little paint on it and turn it a different color. Okay, guys, sorry we didn't do a whole lot of filming. We put it on time lapse. I had 2 customers come by dropping off logs. It got late in the day, but we got primer on it. It's 6:30. That's an accomplishment. I'm quite happy with it. You know, it's who it's for. It's way over the top. The sides look good. Got the headache rack. We didn't do anything from the rub rail down. It's pointless. Up here, the big job, Matthew got most of it done while I was dealing with customers, was underneath. That part really sucked, didn't it? There's a lot of nooks and crannies and angles. The guy doing the sandblasting, he worked hard to get all that done too. So that's good enough for today. It's all a beautiful shade of gray primer. We'll come back, well, red primer, yeah. We'll come back tomorrow and put a coat of black paint on it, and I think it'll be over the top. I am quite happy with it. The rust is gone, the scale, the flaking, and we painted everything behind the cab on the headache rack. The gun worked good. Was having a little problem getting, there's a screen in the top of that cup, and the screen get clogged up, and I think that was a paint problem more than a gun problem. Lesson learned. Should have went to the paint store and bought paint instead of going to Tractor Supply and buying paint that's been sitting on the shelf for years. It come out clumpy. I had to take my paint stirrer and stir it up. It's nothing like a good 5-minute paint shaker to really break your paint down to make it go. These guns, the paint's got to flow, and that's the trouble we're having, getting it to flow. So worst part is right here. What we got to do next: take everything apart, clean it, and put it up. We'll come back tomorrow. So I hope you found some value in it. We'll see you in the morning. Okay, guys, welcome back. It's been 12 hours, so we got some rest, got some food in us, and we're back at it. The red primer laid down good as could be expected over the rough metal. I'm quite happy with it. Had adequate time to dry. We got our black paint, this Tractor Supply brand, Mystic. It actually come out of the can pretty good. Probably hadn't been on the shelf as long. We got it mixed up with the reducer, and we added hardener, got it stirred up, and we had to wait 20 minutes. So that's had time for the catalyst to react. So we're gonna pour it in the gun, and we're gonna start putting some black paint on here. If you've never painted, this may be a little bigger than you want to start with, but you could easily manage something like this. I didn't see a single run in that paint last night. No. It was a little thicker than we like, and it was too hard. It was thick, couldn't hardly make it run. Now this black, we thinned it down a little more, and if we're not careful, we'll probably get a run, but I'm not gonna cry about it. And we're not painting $500 gallon paint, you know, automotive paint. We're painting a dump bed that our intention is to load it with a tractor. You know, it's gonna get scuffed up and beat up. We don't want to intentionally do it, but it's going to happen. Our goal is to get rid of all the flaky rust, get it down to bare metal, and get it primered, and we did that. Now we're going to put a coat of black paint on it to make it look a little better, and it's going back to work after it goes to the transmission shop. But that's our whole goal with it, is to work with it. Unfortunately, we get some sprinkles of rain this morning, but our sawmill shop's big enough. We got it all the way elevated. You know, it's in the ceiling, but just part of it. We appreciate you watching, guys. Got any questions on this, be sure to ask us. We're no painting experts, but we painted a lot of stuff like this, and average homeowner can make it happen. You can paint a trailer, a dump truck, stuff like that. Now, if you want to get into painting automotive, painting a cab, yeah, you're gonna need some practice. I can do it. I don't want to spend the time it takes to be good at it. You know, all the prep work, the sanding, the cleaning, and everything that goes with it. I'd rather pay somebody that's their goal to do good work. We'll just go back to sawmilling. But that's the goal today, is get this done and get it out of here, because we do got to go back to sawmilling. It's, you know, we're blessed with an abundance of work, and we need to get back to doing it. So let's get to work. Okay guys, welcome back. We was running through a time lapse there because this just takes time. It's probably one of the worst things you paint because there's so many different angles, all the channel and different things. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no right way, no wrong way. You just got to get paint on it. That's what Matthew's doing now. It's another one of these jobs he can do that he can put on his resume. He can paint, he just don't want to. There ain't no fun in this. The flat panel surfaces are a whole lot easier, but that's not what we got to do. We've got this bed frame to do. Overall, I'm quite pleased with it. It's looking good. Once we get all this channel painted, we're gonna come back down here. We've got to finish, around the chassis, and we got the headache rack to do up here. Hadn't been done. Then we'll let it all the way down, and it'd be flat surface. Be a whole lot easier, but it's manageable. You can hold a spray gun. You can learn to spray it. Like I say, this Mystic paint is a lot thicker than your automotive type stuff. Automotive paint primer, it'll run instantly. It's such a thin consistency, but this is a little thicker. You can make it run, but you just gonna have to stand there and hold it in one spot. This, as long as you're moving, keeping your wet line moving, you're not gonna have any problems. And at the end of the day, it's a dump bed. It's not a car or a pickup truck. I'm quite happy with it. Got a little more money involved in doing this than you would think. The supplies, I think, is well over $300 worth of supplies, and then we had to pay to have it sandblasted. And he earned a good day's work for what he did. He worked hard for it, so I'm not at all unhappy with that. There's no way Matthew and I could have got it this clean with any kind of method that we could have done. So part of it, you can't afford it, don't start. So we're gonna put you back on the time lapse. We'll get this done, get the bed lowered down. We'll go in a little more detail on painting on flat surfaces. This ain't much I can teach you here other than just you got to cover every square inch, make sure you get a good wet line, and move to the next angle. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, we just got done with the majority of underneath. We took 10-15 minutes. Matthew went around with a light trying to find every little spot that was thin or we missed. And with all these different angles, we missed a lot. So it took a little while to go through and hit all the spots. Went ahead and blacked the frame just because we had overspray on it. It's okay, it'll be fine just like it is. I'm tickled to death with it. Looks good. Only thing we got left to do is this headache rack. We'll probably let it down a little ways, get it sprayed. And once we set it all the way down on the frame, we'll do these flat surfaces, and we'll try to slow down and do a video of watching the wet line move. Because when you're painting, not this, This is kind of different. But when you're painting a big flat surface, you want a wet line, and you watch that wet line come across. You go move up a little bit, and you're spraying with a wet line. That's how you get good coverage. But we'll cover that in a minute. Right now, I'm going to sit down and drink my coffee. Try not to touch myself because I got black paint everywhere. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back at it. Had a little delay. Matthew sprayed out the rest of the paint while I run the Tractor Supply. We was probably more than a quart short, so unfortunately 2 quarts is the same price as a gallon. So I went ahead and bought a gallon of gloss black, the little pint of reducer, and a half pint of hardener. Another $114 out the door, but we gotta have it. We needed probably about a half a gallon to finish up, and all these surfaces are gonna be what you see, so we're gonna put it on extra. We'll probably put 2 coats on it, just use up. We mixed half a gallon with the reducer and hardener, and once you put the hardener in it, you know, in 8 hours, it's gonna firm up whether you use it or not. So Matthew's up here painting the headboard. Gonna lay it on pretty thick. Paint this side. Like I say, maybe give it a few minutes to flash. Come back around these outer surfaces and really put it on good and thick. And we'll be done with it. It's been a chore. The money spent, of course, to have it sandblasted, and then we missed a day of work yesterday. We could have sawed, but my intention was to be over there to help Justin, and we did. I, pull the hose, move ladders around, move stuff, help him get it done. And then we missed another day of work today because we're over here getting it painted. And we worked late last night getting the primer on it, because once you get it down to bare metal, you've either got to prime it or put something on it to keep it from rusting, and then you got to get that something off of it to be able to primer it. So we just worked well after dark. We got it all primered. So once we get this done, there'll be a little bit of time to go through and untape and put all our marker lights back on. I got a reflective strips I got on my Amazon card. I gotta get ordered. I actually just talked to the guy at the transmission shop. We're gonna be dropping it off next week. Let him pull it out, go through it, fix it, and that's another one of those things. You're spending money, you better spend it wisely. I don't know anything about automatic transmissions. I know how they function, but not enough to tear one apart and try to fix it. So you pay a professional to do what they do. And this individual comes highly recommended from my cousin that runs a garage. My wife's van had trouble last year. Started rattling. I thought it was torque converter, ended up something inside, and it was low mileage, and he didn't have to do a complete rebuild. He went through and replaced what he had to, and been going great. So I'm gonna, that's how you get repeat business. You do good work the first time. So I called him a week or so ago, told him that what I had, asked him if he would work on it, because not everybody wants to work on bigger trucks. Some people don't have the lift. Maybe it's not something they specialize in. But he said, "No, that's not a problem." I said, "Well, I'm getting it sandblasted and painted. As soon as I get that done, I'll bring it to you." So I called him today and said, "Hey, we're painting it black. Is there any way, it needs to dry a couple days. Can I bring it next week?" He said, "Sure." So we're on the list. More money, but it's just part of it. Paint spraying good, Mary Judy? I wasn't overjoyed with their primer. It was a little thick. It laid down good. It's just a little hard to spray being thick. Probably could have reduced it again. Nowhere on the can did it say what you could reduce it with other than their reducer. So I was a little hesitant about putting paint thinner in it to reduce it. But their top coat black is very liquid in the can. It wasn't clumpy, and adding the reducer and the hardener to it did just what it needed to. Cleaned it out to where it goes through the gun real good. Chances are, if I was going to spray this exact primer tomorrow, I'd change the tip in the gun. It's come with a 1.4, 1.7, and a 2mm tip. I'd probably switch it up to the 2mm tip for the primer, being that it's a little thicker. But yeah, or find out what I could thin it a little bit with and not compromise the primer. Because we're not painters by trade, so I didn't want to accidentally put paint thinner in there and that crap peel off. That's the last thing you want to do, is do all this work and make it worse. So. I believe that's going to do it. I'm going to put this slip over to a little time lapse, let Matthew get finished up. We'll come back and wrap this video up. Okay, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, we greatly appreciate you watching. It's been a mountain of work for Matthew and I, but we're done with it. Got 2 coats of good black paint on all the outside surfaces. We went through and, tried to get all the places we messed up underneath. Even painted our toolbox. I got the plastic pulled off the cab and the wheels, The rest of it I'll have to wait. Say some on that toolbox and all our lights back here and our plug-ins. Best wait a day or two till that dries up. Then I'll take the tape off of them, get our lights back on, and it'll be ready to go. But I hope you can see in the camera that this is a drastic improvement over what we started with yesterday morning. Look at that. I am quite happy with it. It looks good from a distance. It looks good up close. So, was it necessary? Not really. I mean, it was functional like it was. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. Structurally, it worked just fine. But now that it's been sandblasted, it's been primered like it should have been from the original manufacturer, and it's been painted. It should be good for years to come, just like it is. I'm sure we'll beat the outside up, loading crap on it, but, you know, rattle can, you can touch it up. But the biggest thing was to get all this loose, flaky rust and paint off of it. And now we've got a good primer bonded to the metal, and it should be good for many, many years to come. So, what did we learn? Can you do this? Yes. If you've got any kind of skills at all and a place to work, you can do this. You need a respirator, of course.
Biggest thing is prep and clean.
Prep and cleanup sucks. You know, we should have bought some of them high-dollar rubber gloves, but Matthew and I not big fans on rubber gloves. The floor over there is a mess. The table's a mess. Matthew's been working on the worst job of all, cleaning everything up, throwing away, getting out of the paint mode, get back in sawmill mode tomorrow. So, yeah. Telemarketer. That ain't gonna happen. You want to get this old boy riled up, call me in the middle of work and want to sell me something. It ain't going good for you. I can tell you that. That's not the way to get me to buy anything. So, did we have to do it? No. Did we do it? Yes. I'm glad we did. It is something that any homeowner with a little skill and willing to learn can do. You need you a decent sized little air compressor. You go buy you an Amazon paint gun for 40, 50 bucks, 30 bucks. Paint, you know, you can go to the paint store, you go to Tractor Supply. We were talking about painting a single stage enamel, not a two-stage water cured automotive DuPont paint. Okay, this is just equipment paint. Painting a tractor, painting a trailer, painting a dump truck bed, painting a frame on your hot rod you're doing. This is all stuff you can learn how to do. Now, doing automotive paint, yes, you can learn how to do it. It's a lot more of a learning curve, a lot more careful prep work and going into it. This single stage enamel don't get much easier, okay? And our prep was pretty easy. It was a sandblasted, a glass media blasted finish. So it was already rough and textured and a primer stuck to it. I didn't see a single run in what we did. That's amazing. I mean, but the paint was bonding so good to the metal, it didn't need to run anywhere. So yes, this is a DIY homeowner project. Don't be afraid of it. Start with something small. Your wife's got some lawn chairs you want to repaint. Get you a paint gun, go get you a little quart of primer and paint it. If you can paint a small project, you can paint a big one. It just takes more time. It's nice to have two people. One can paint, the other can mix paint, have it prepped, ready to go, as well as walk around with a light and say, here, because you're trying to paint and cover a big area and you'll miss a little spot and somebody else can walk right up and see it and help you do a better job. So, yep. We saved a pile of money doing it ourselves. There's people around that would have done it, but I enjoy it. It's a good, what we call a good government job. And once we get the old truck cleaned up and painted, at least unicolor, you know, instead of tricolor, get a unicolor on it, it'll be great. I'm overjoyed, thankful for it, thankful for owning it. So we're going to do our part, keep it up, keep as good as we can. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you got any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon editing these videos. I greatly appreciate it. You get a chance, check out Solomon's channel, Third Beard Fishing. I know he'd appreciate you checking in. Tell him Bearded Lumber send it your way. Give him a shout out. If you're interested in a hat, You can check out beardedlumbernc.com. We got hats for sale. We're not using our wood miser, but we greatly appreciate them. Got a quote on a product the other day that we'll be telling you about one day soon, or a piece of equipment. So, anything else, Boo Boo? Thanksgiving's over, but you know it's just a day ahead for us. So, take the time out to be thankful. As always, we appreciate you watching, guys. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.